When the suspect tries to seduce the detective.
How long you guys been married?
He didn't tell me what he was going to do because I don't know the severity.
Wait, when the suspect tries to seduce the... Oh, she's going to try to fucking... Whoa, he's going to try to suck his cock in here.
How long you guys been married?
He didn't tell me what he was going to do because I don't know the severity of it. I'm just scared.
This is Amelia Bassoon attempting to seduce the detectives to get away with murder. Amelia was arrested in connection with the murders of Cindy and Sean Stack. They think she helped her husband cover up the crime, but she will do everything she can to get away with it, including flirting with the detectives. But while this case started in a playful manner, it quickly evolved into one of the most intense interrogations of all time.
Huh?
They're both dead.
I didn't do anything.
The detective starts by reading Amelia her rights and getting some basic information.
Am I like getting arrested or something for something? Or...
We're gonna explain it to you.
Yeah, we'll explain it all to you.
I just normally when this starts is like someone getting in trouble or arrested or something.
Well, we just, like I said, we want to be able to talk to you.
Already, it's obvious that Amelia is making her voice high-pitched and speaking in a timid tone of voice.
She's confused,
While
doesn't
this
know what's
could just
going
be
on.
what she sounds like normally, other footage of her suggests otherwise.
I don't want to press charges, but I would like a no contact order. I can do that. Okay.
Her change in tone could also be a reaction to being in a stressful and uncomfortable situation. And as the interrogation continues, she begins to show more and more of these flirtatious signs.
What happened with Josh? Did you say that? Did I hear you say he shot himself in the leg?
Yeah, so in December we went bowling.
Okay.
Huh?
The bullet went around the bone and around the artery. Through and through.
Jeez. That's lucky.
I know, he's crazy.
How long you guys been married?
It'll be a year in September.
Oh, okay.
Here, Amelia gathers her hair and moves it all to the right-hand side, exposing her neck on the left. The neck carries the jugular, an important and vulnerable part of the body that many people will make an effort to protect. However, when someone feels comfortable or safe around someone, they're likely to expose their neck by tilting their head or moving their hair to the side, suggesting attraction or at least the desire to show it.
Oh.
So,
she likes how he looks.
It's because of that issue with the back.
This is about to turn into a porno scene real fast, bro. You know those scenes where they steal from like the thrift store or some shit? Or she comes in, she's like, I can't afford this right now. Is there anything I can do? Or like she tries to steal from the fucking thrift store or some shit, and he catches her, she's like, come in the back right now. I caught you stealing on the cameras. Like, I don't know.
Does that surprise you?
For this type of situation, yeah. Like this intense. I mean, I got in trouble at work, which makes sense, but I'm just confused about this.
Well, let's walk through it a little bit, okay? Let's walk through that and see how maybe we came here today, all right? And find out if this was just a misunderstanding or what, okay?
The story ended with Cindy and Sean dead, but started with an equally disgusting crime. Amelia was an employee at Chase Bank and exploited her position to steal $50,000 from a dementia-ridden man. She wrote 2 checks from his account, and her husband Josh deposited them in his accounts. When Cindy and Sean started asking questions, Josh purchased a gun and shot the pair in their own apartment. This interrogation is not only to uncover the details behind the theft, but also to determine what part she played in the killings.
So what happened with this write-up? So, I mean, had you been a banker for him for a while? I mean...
Yeah, so I've been his banker since I moved here.
So what happened with these checks?
Nothing, he called him, have the record over global security. So when they came in, they pulled like call logs, they pulled like cameras just to make sure like the little signature files, because I mean it's still federal, it's the bank, so they wanted to make sure that I wasn't like, I guess, stealing.
When you talked to Gerald, I mean, how did he appear to you? Is he a young guy, old guy?
He's old.
Oh, how did he appear to you when you talked to him?
He's okay.
He was okay?
Yeah.
Do you ever have any issues when you talk to him about remembering things or anything like that?
Like I know like a little about himself, like he had brain surgery. But for the most part he remembers things. I don't think he forgets really.
Okay.
Other than that, he's
Okay. Yeah, nice guy.
Amelia does her best to seem open and honest here, but as soon as she finishes up talking, she brings her shoulders up, hunches over slightly, and crosses her arms.
What's that mean?
All movements that are done to protect vital parts of the body and are obvious tells that someone feels uncomfortable. These signs only become more apparent as the interview continues.
What did he have you do? Like, what did he ask for?
Nothing. It's just he put 2 checks and $25,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. The grandson came, picked him up. And...
The grandson came and picked him up?
Mm-hmm. It was either the day before or the day after.
Mm-hmm.
I opened up an account for him.
Oh, so he must have just deposited those checks into the account?
I'm guessing.
I think your best bet right now is to be completely honest with us, okay?
Okay.
So let's go on a little bit more, okay? The truth is going to be the best thing right now.
Okay.
This happened in May?
My
He's like,
brother
be honest.
and me.
Is the account still open?
The grandfather?
Mm-mm. No?
Amelia's speech has become much shorter and unclear, and she continues to seem more and more uncomfortable
getting
when
caught in a
pressured
lie.
about Gerald's banking records. Of course, the detective has noticed this and is seeing straight through her original timid and playful demeanor, so he decides to ramp up the pressure.
Amelia, listen. Okay? At a certain point in time, we have to move past it, all right? He's a nice guy, and I'm sure you really do care about him.
I do.
Do you see now?
But it's not like I don't want to make it. Okay.
Mm-mm. No. Did you take advantage of that old man?
Oh man.
I don't want to say I took advantage of him because he's a really nice guy.
Yeah. And Josh,
Oh man.
did you ever talk to them?
No, he never spoke to him. He doesn't even know who they are.
Okay. Would you have been at their house?
Him?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even know where they live. I don't even know where they live.
Well, you have access to his account.
Yeah. but,
True.
You opened it.
yeah, but I don't remember his address.
You talked to Cindy?
Mhm.
Possible she gave you their address? Is it going to be in the text messages?
No.
But you don't remember if she gave you the address or not?
She never did. She had no reason to.
It's possible Josh went over there and you didn't know?
Shit, it's
How
getting
would I know where
juicy.
he lived, though?
That's not the
It's
question.
getting juicy.
Is it possible that he went over there?
Not that I know. No.
So you can't
He's
say.
ramping it up.
I can say no.
How
to my
can you say
knowledge.
no?
Because he doesn't know he doesn't know them.
Amelia now decides to change strategies. Instead of her original flirtatious and playful demeanor, she's switched to an innocent and clueless one.
Yeah.
At points, she even smiles and laughs while being asked serious questions in an attempt to downplay the intensity and pressure. This is a sign that the facade she's put up is starting to break, and the detective takes this as an opportunity to press her even further.
I think you need to start understanding the severity of the situation. Right? Because I don't know if you really do. All right, and I think you need to start understanding that how this interview goes and what decisions you make here are going to affect your life for a long, long, long time. I think you think that you had this all planned out, and I think and again, not to say
She
it in a
does.
bad way, but this is what we
She
do.
thinks she's got it covered.
Okay, when we make mistakes, we figure things out and go, okay, all right, there's a lot more going on here, all right? And you know whose name is all over this right now? You and Joshua, okay? You need to start thinking real hard and real fast, okay? Who is involved in this and what happened, okay?
That's all I know.
Okay. Things got out of hand. Okay? This got out of hand. I think what happened was Cindy was asking you for this money back and you didn't have it. And there's some issues there. Okay? Sometimes again, when we make a mistake, we do something wrong and the ball gets rolling and we can't stop it. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Listen, you have your whole life ahead of you.
I know.
You have a 7-year-old son.
Oh.
You have an obligation to him.
Oh, he's getting good.
So whatever happens.
Oh, he's getting
be
good.
honest, we need to know.
He's getting
If you want
good.
to keep going with what you're telling us, okay? Then we're gonna have to go on that, all right? And you have to understand.
Yeah. Okay.
So somebody did something. We need to know now.
Talking about her son obviously strikes a chord with Amelia, and as interrogations are all about exploiting emotions to extract the truth, the detective jumps on this to make her as vulnerable as possible.
Did Josh put you up to this? Well, this is the stuff we need to know. Listen, if he put you up to it, he put you up to it. That's okay. Again, like Detective Murphy said, I think you're kind of at this crossroads right now, okay? You've got Josh, who you probably love, and he's your husband, okay?
He's good.
And you got to picture that little boy. You got to picture not being able to watch him grow up.
He's good.
Think about that for a second. Think about being put somewhere very far away from him, and the only way you're going to have contact with him is through letters. You're going to get pictures in jail, in prison, of your little boy growing up.
Oh my God.
That's your future.
I don't know the severity of what he did.
What did he do?
but he knows the relationship that I have with Mr. Stack. He knows that. I mean, I would take him food, like.
So you do know where he lives.
He would get upset with me that like I'm too nice, that I can't kind of act with my customers. But he's the old guy. He has no family. But, I mean, I talked to him because he knows my husband. I talked to him.
Did Josh say
So
that
he does know him.
You kind of were owed this money because you were taking care of this guy?
I don't know if he said that, but
Something like that? What did he tell you?
Oh my
I don't want to
God.
get in trouble. I didn't do anything.
Okay. We need to know. Well, then tell us, okay? Tell us. They're both dead.
What?
Yeah, they're dead. So now we really need to talk.
At this point, all of the games that Amelia was playing have gone out the window. Whether she's innocent or not, she's now being accused of aiding a murderer and is faced with losing her job, house, and a 7-year-old son. So, understandably, she's starting to get incredibly scared.
I do not want to go to jail. I don't. Like, if I get fired, okay, let me get fired at work, but I don't want to go to jail. I didn't do anything. I didn't plan anything. I didn't conspire anything. Just
Fuck.
I didn't do anything.
Fuck.
I don't want to
Well,
go to
again-
jail.
From here, the detectives try to capitalize on this, using her vulnerable state to try and extract as much information as possible from her. But Amelia asserts that she's only told the truth throughout the entire interrogation. She didn't know Cindy and Sean were dead, and she had nothing to do with their murders. But here is where the interrogation takes a massive turn. These detectives have now been talking to her for over 2 hours, and they've executed this style of interrogation almost
Shiesty, I see you and Sanctum, you horny ass niggas. Don't worry, I see you, bro. But you be the main culprit. You started. You? Sorry? Sanctum? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Spy? BJ? Y'all niggas think I don't see your names like you just type anonymously, bruh. Jilk? Like you just I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Like, come on, bro.
perfectly. But for the last few hours, they've just
Mikey,
been
what's
going
good,
around
boy?
in circles to no avail. So instead, they leave the room to discuss a new approach. And that's when Detective Number 3 enters with blankets and a kind, apologetic tone.
Hey, you need to talk. You need to get out from underneath this big time. Did they tell you who they work for?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're homicide defense, so.
I know.
And they want you to be a witness, not a suspect.
That's why I want to talk to them, because I just don't want to be involved in any of this. Like,
Shit.
I don't want any part of this. I want to be able to go home.
Okay.
Entering like this after such a stressful experience with the other detectives will set Amelia's mind at ease and subconsciously enforce the idea that he isn't a threat. At the start of the interrogation, Amelia was trying to seduce the detectives in an attempt to get better treatment and hopefully even a lighter sentence. So if the third detective plays into this by treating her kindly and playing her game, maybe he'll have a chance of finding out what really happened.
In
Okay.
these cases, you can't lie. You can't.
Shut up, sorry.
Which means holding something back.
And Shiesty.
Telling a partial truth.
Mm-hmm.
Or just flat out lying.
Mm-hmm.
That is accessory. You're protecting someone. And I'm telling you right now, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
If you know what happened, tell him. Did he tell you what he did and told you not to say anything?
No, he just told me if you say anything, then, like if you, because, I mean, I'm not stupid.
Okay, but eventually he told you what happened.
No, he didn't tell me that he killed anybody. Or that he was going.
But you know that he was going over there.
I knew that he was going over there.
What day?
He told me, he said, don't worry about what I'm doing. I'll take care of it.
Talking
What?
about them, though.
I'm guessing so, because that's just what he keeps on saying.
Your importance is in details, not in vagueness.
They told me I'm going to jail regardless.
Well, the fraud part may be, but that's nothing. That is nothing compared to these charges
Yeah.
for first-degree murder.
If I say all of these things, will I get in trouble?
If you don't say any of these things, you're definitely going to get in trouble.
But this is where I'm scared. If I say these things, like, I didn't do any of this.
Put it this way, if you protect him and you don't tell us everything,
Okay.
then you're part of the crime.
Amelia is now met with a
Fuck.
harsh dilemma. She has to either gamble that the detectives never connect her to the crime and face felony charges herself, or fess up and snitched to the police, likely sending her husband to jail for the rest of his life. This is her last chance.
These detectives are fucking good.
She'll never see her son again.
Can we start over from the beginning then?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I let her know she wanted to know. She went with her dad to the bank and she looked at the transaction history and she wanted to know what the checks were. So I can't tell her much, and then he's over my shoulder listening to my conversations with her. And he's just like, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. He just wasn't having it. He didn't want me to talk to her. He didn't want me to contact her.
Yeah, who are we talking about, her?
The guy's daughter.
You know her name?
Cindy. She's gonna call her Cindy.
And he knew who Cindy was.
Only because of the conversations that me and her were having.
Okay.
The next day he went and he bought a gun. I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. He called out of work. He said that I'm gonna take care of things. The next day he comes home and he's like banging on the door. This is like
Where the apartment or the house where we were at today?
Yes.
Okay.
He came banging on the door. When he came home, he took the gun apart. He was shaking. He took all his clothes off. He put it in a garbage bag, and then he went by his mom and dad's house.
Okay. When did you become aware that he was involved?
The fuck, nigga? Over 50 grand, bro? Over 50 grand, you're gonna kill some people, bro? You've been living your whole life, and over 50 grand, you're gonna, like, what? Come on, bro.
Murder.
Well, I didn't know what happened. I just stopped hearing from her. And then when I said something about, can I call her? He told me no. And then he got really mad at me. And he was like, if you say something, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, he's not gonna say that unless he told you about the murder. That's the part that's so when did he tell you about the murder? Sweetie, you gotta let this go. You can't, anything you hold back is not gonna look good. You've got to just tell it. It hurts, it's scary, I understand that, but not talking is worse for you than talking.
It was,
Did he describe how, what?
He never physically said, like, what he did or if anything was done.
Did he say he shot him?
Well, I'm guessing he had a gun, so.
Don't guess. Did he tell you that he shot him?
Yes.
He said he shot him.
And with that,
Wow.
the detectives managed to use Amelia's tactics against her and got her to confess to her own husband's crime. The detectives also stuck to their word and, after confirming she had nothing to do with the murders, dropped the charges against her. She was, however, still charged with the theft and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Josh, however, was found guilty of the first-degree murders of Cindy and Sean Stack and was sentenced to life behind bars.
Damn.